About 4 years ago, I stopped paying my credit cards off in full every month. Why did I stop? What changed? What changed was the Fed raised rates. When the Fed raises rates, banks also raise what they pay you in your savings account, on your savings account interest. So in 2022, you could suddenly start earning about 5% on your money. The credit cards don't force you to actually pay, meaning they don't charge you interest for about 30 days from you charging something till them actually charging you interest. Therefore, you have about 30 days worth of float where you can earn a month's worth of interest in your savings account by not paying off your credit card every single week like I used to. So when I stopped doing that, I started earning back then it was about $500 a year. Not much, but hey, that's money in your pocket. These days it's more like $400. Now, that's just part one. Part two is I do the same thing and have always done the same thing with our taxes. The government requires you to pay a certain amount of your total taxes throughout the year. If you pay a little less than that, then they're going to charge you an underpayment, what's called an underpayment penalty, which about 4 years ago became 8%, which is kind of expensive. And so we don't want to pay the underpayment penalty, but I don't want to give Uncle Sam a penny more than I have to give them just over the underpayment penalty. They're not going to charge you interest. You're not going to loan the government any more money than you absolutely have to throughout the year. And as a result of that, last year we made about $1,200 by not paying the federal government a penny more than they absolutely required before they started charging us, interest and penalties, so to speak. And so it pays to update your money maps. What's changed, over the last, from 6 years ago was interest. You can now earn interest in your checking account, in your savings account, which changes the game there. What also changed on the government side is they started charging you 8% on the payment penalty, so now you want to make sure you're over that line. So just make sure you're always updating your money map. Make sure that you're keeping in tune with what's going on in the world. And I would also challenge you by asking, what are you still doing that you were doing 6 years ago that you might need to update in terms of your money maps? Thanks for watching. See you next time.